Today we're going to dive right into one of the most versatile, hardworking, and, let's be honest, absolutely crucial verbs in the entire English language. We are talking about the word take. Using concepts from the Cambridge English Vocabulary and Use series, we're going to break down exactly how native speakers actually use this word. We'll cover everything from your morning commute to your latest holiday. So let's start with a quick question, just to get us thinking about how often this word pops up in our daily routines. Seriously, how many times do you think you use the word take in a single day? If you really stop and think about it, you probably use it from the second you wake up until the minute your head hits the pillow. It's a total foundational building block of conversational English, and mastering its different contexts is kind of like a shortcut to instantly sounding more fluent. To keep things simple, here's our agenda for today. We'll cover 1. The magic of take. 2. Taking your time. 3. Taking things with you. 4. Taking transport. 5. Everyday take expressions. And 6. The final takeaway. All right, section 1. The magic of take. Present and past. Whenever we talk about our daily routines, the things we do regularly, we just use the present tense, take, right? For instance, I take the bus every day. But take is an irregular verb, which means it likes to break the rules. When we talk about a completed action in the past, like a trip you made yesterday, it transforms into took. I took a taxi yesterday. We definitely don't say taked. It is always took. And hey, if you're wondering about the past participle for perfect tenses, that's taken. So the whole sequence is take, took, taken. Moving right along to section 2, taking your time, minutes, hours, and days. Think about the number 45 for a second. We're going to use this number to look at a typical morning routine for a character from our source material named Grace, who has a pretty typical commute to deal with every single morning. This perfectly illustrates exactly how we build a sentence about time. We literally map it out from point A to point B. We say, it takes Grace 45 minutes to get to work. Notice the structure there? We don't say, Grace has 45 minutes to work. No, we use a specific formula. It takes plus the person plus the amount of time plus the action. It takes Grace 45 minutes to get to work. It's a super handy formula you can apply to almost anything, like it takes me 30 minutes to get to the station, or in the past tense, it took me 2 hours to do my homework yesterday. You can also take this exact same structure and flip it into a question to ask people about how much time a task required. Like, how long did it take you to learn the Greek alphabet? And maybe the answer is, a week or 2. Asking how long does it take or how long did it take is an absolutely essential conversational tool, whether you're scheduling a meeting, planning travel, or just getting to know someone. Okay, section 3, taking things with you. Objects on the go. The core rule here is all about direction. When you leave your current location and travel to a new destination, and you carry an object with you, you are taking it. So think about walking out of your house. I'm going to my friend's house, and I will take my guitar. It's all about moving something from here to there. This applies to so many daily scenarios. Depending on where you're heading today, you'll take different things with you. Raining outside? Better take an umbrella. Heading out for a hot day at the beach? For sure, take some water with you. And sometimes it's about what you are not allowed to carry. We've all heard that classic museum rule, right? Sorry, you can't take your camera in here. In all of these cases, it's simply about items traveling with you away from your starting point. Now, to really lock this in, we absolutely have to compare it to its partner verb, bring. These two get mixed up a lot, but the core difference is actually pretty simple once you see it. Take is like the verb go. It implies movement away from the speaker, from here to there. You take an umbrella away with you when you leave. But bring is like the verb come. It implies movement toward the speaker, from there to here. So if your friend comes over to your house, they bring you an apple from their garden. You take things away, people bring things to you. Makes sense, right? Let's move on to section 4, taking transport, getting around town. Take is literally your go-to verb for riding any kind of public or hired transport. If someone asks, hey, how do you get to work? You say, I take the bus. If you're a tourist visiting London, you can take the Underground to the London Eye. Arriving in a brand new city, we took a taxi from the airport. Commuting, he takes the train home. Basically, unless you are the one actively steering the car or pedaling a bicycle, if you're a passenger on a transit system, you always take it. On to section 5, everyday take expressions, beyond the basics. So you don't just physically carry things with this word. Take pairs up with all sorts of abstract actions. If you want to capture a memory on your holiday, you take a photo. If you decide to study a new subject, You take a course or take lessons, like taking an English course. And at the end of that course, when it's time to test what you've learned, you take an exam. These are fixed expressions. Take is the only verb that sounds natural here. You don't make a photo or do an exam in natural English. You take them. Because there are so many of these fixed expressions, our source material offers a brilliant study tip. Just make a dedicated page in your notebook specifically for the word take. Seriously, as you bump into new expressions, like take a picture, take a look, or take a chance, jot them down on this single page. Grouping expressions together like this is basically a cheat code for your brain. It helps categorize the info, making it so much easier to pull up when you're actually having a conversation. And finally, Section 6, the final takeaway, your turn. I want you to think about your own daily routine right now and try to answer this exact question using the grammar we just went over. Think about the time you've spent hanging out with me on this explainer. Start your sentence with "it took me" and then fill in the blank with the minutes. Go ahead, say it out loud. It took me 10 minutes to do this unit. Applying these concepts immediately to your own life is absolutely the fastest way to learn. I'll leave you with this one last provocative thought. So, how long will it take you to master these expressions? Keep that dedicated notebook page handy. Keep adding to it, because the more you practice these patterns, the less time it will take you to sound like a total natural. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I can't wait to see what you learn next.